fighting with some of the top teams in all the respawns. It was just simply to search and destroy. They are one of the rosters who I was expected to potentially make a change, but they decided not to. So they must be really confident in the foundation of everything that they built together already. Now with the game changing, we got new spawns, we got new hills, we got a whole lot of new stuff, but they have the same roster. So it's all about building upon that. And I feel like with them being good at respawn, or at least decent at respawn, only thing you got to fix is search and destroy, and definitely been putting and working on the back end.
Yeah, I think that just on top of that, for LAG, this map series set is going to feel very comfortable for them. You know, 3 times in a row they've played Karachi. The last 5 games they've played Invasion Surge. So you really, I think if you're LAG, you're looking at this matchup saying, we should 3-0 here. Where on the other side, this is kind of a spotlighted moment to see, will Geo bring a new flavor to Vegas, or will there be maybe a different role swap up where Purge can kind of find some more comfortability as we jump on into Rebel?
And I think the Death touched on it perfectly. It's not about getting up the best talented player. It's about building a more structured gameplay with a player like Geo now running that second AR, Purge now moving to that second submachine gun. They just sort of have more structure to their gameplay. They're great on rotations, but when it comes down to that hold percentage, that's where they struggle. So hopefully with this roster, setups are a lot better.
Well, it's a solid start for Vegas, but as we transition off the second set of lives here for the Guerrillas, they do break back through, so we'll have a tie game. Looking over towards the P2 setup, though, Vegas do have some support. A lot of focus towards Purge, who made this route happen right off his initial spawn, and the follow-up is really good from Vegas on top of that. So they do miss out on the scrap, but this is going to be a really solid setup for them going into 2.
Oh yeah, this is perfect, because if Purge is going to play like that with an SMG, Alan, the entire time you were telling me you've never seen this guy run an SMG all throughout challenges last year, so this is basically a brand new role. But if you're getting a 2-piece right off the rip of the game, you're rotating with about 30 seconds left, setting your teammates up for success at the next hill. Already a great start for the young man, but as we get into the P2, already 15-second uncontested, LEG trying to find a way in, Diamond starting it off.
And Fame does actually sneak through back alley, so he's in a spot to contest this. Dead silence allowing him to get forward. Stun comes through. Geo first couple of the shots will land, but it's Purge who finishes things off. So okay, how about this from Vegas? Tested on their first setup, but they provide the kills needed to lock things down.
And usually the Guerrillas, they find a lot of success on breaking hills. It's one of the best teams that we have in the game, but the Guerrillas, but Vegas' setup right there was just too strong. Now you're forcing the Guerrillas to hit that rotation after a full 60 hold from Vegas Legion, but they already have 2 players in a position. Purge again off the rotation in a crucial spot to win his team this hill.
You know, it's really funny because when we look at this Vegas squad, and I think in particular off the respawn, you kind of think that their tempo was a little mismanaged going through the first stage and during the first qualifiers into the major, but this is already so much focus on rotation. And Purge is beaming. 6-1 start with the rival in hand, and Vegas win the rotation from 2 to 3.
And now they have everything cut off. If you are the Guerrillas, someone has to find an opening. You have Assault dropping down from top 3. Can he find a timing on the Purge? Yes, he does. So already finds an opening through the chicken coop side, but you have to win these next set of fights, and Assault said, I'm gonna get it done myself. He takes down 3. Diamond there for the trade. Finally, you get Vegas Legion out of the time, but you have to get in it now, and there's still a lot of players contesting it.
Bro, Purge is beaming. Coming out of side of tools, able to find himself 1+ damage to assist the other. Yeah, you mentioned it on P2, but it looked like LAG were on the precipice of finding a successful break here again at 3, and it's the new man up, Geo, followed up by the new role in Purge that kind of locked things down, only allowing the back 10 seconds. This has been a flawless start from Vegas.
Yeah, this is exactly what you're looking for. Already playing against a nice team in LA Guerrillas who love to play some great respawns. They don't really do the fundamentals when it comes to the rotating, but you are shutting down their best category, and that's stopping their breaking. And so far, that's been LAG playing from the back for the entire time. But Assault all the way behind White Truck. This is going to be the new P4 for people who just started tuning in today. But it's going to be all out scattered. Spawns in towards the back for the Guerrillas. Spawns toward the middle of the map for Vegas. This one is usually very, very scrappy.
Yeah, Natural does have a natural pitch set up off of a split spawn. Finds one, gets away, keeps his life. Geo tracks him down. Little red dot chase works out. And then Nero follows up behind. So again, the timing for this for Vegas. What? Have we ever seen this type of control from Vegas? Not just on their rotations, not just on their holds, but providing a sick break here on the 4th hill.
And now there's only 20 seconds left, and you already have players off the rotation. Right now, Vegas Legion are just a step ahead of the game. Final 20 is going to be theirs, but the Soul Man is going to be purged. Those a couple of shots down, position now known, but can he stay alive long enough? No, he does not. So this should be the opportunity where the Guerrillas can get themselves back into the game with a great hold here.
kind of need it, if we're being honest with one another.
Yeah.
I mean, you put a full 60 on the board, and all of the magic that's happened in this first rotation gets completely mitigated by LAG. Vegas taking their time, clearing out the backside of the third hard point, now finding some success, moving their way forward, but Geo, who is setting up for a pinch, does get taken down, and the threat has been alerted that, yep, Vegas is all hitting from the front.
Yeah, Vegas all hitting from the front, but now Geo, again, off spawn. Gonna need a player to potentially set up this pinch. But so far, this has been a great hold from the Guerrillas. They read the player, go for the pinch. They are controlling the spawns as well. They're finding all the right kills at the right time, and now they're able to flip as well. So currently down by only 50 points. They walk away with this final 25. It'll be a 30-point game, but here comes Vegas. They are in. The trades are there, and Nero is going to try to walk away with this final 20.
Yeah, nice little high-low setup there from Vegas with the spawns over towards P2 side. They eventually take care of the members nearby at red, and then it's an easy follow-up. So what looked to be nearly the precipice of that full 60 we were talking about being fulfilled by LAG, it does not quite amount to that. So we've got double up the score now as we rotate back over to 1. Kills on rotation still looking good for Vegas. And I mean, rotationally, we never looked at this Vegas team to play with this type of tempo. And it does feel like this double sub setup for Vegas is working out wonderfully for them.
Oh, it's working perfectly because one of the SMGs is contesting the old time every time. And then they're winning the gunfights off the rotation and a man down advantage because you're thinking about it, the Guerrillas are rotating with about 20-25 seconds. That should be enough time for them to set up properly, watch all the cuts, but every single time Vegas Legion are getting the right kills and they are transitioning to lead to breaks. Now with only 25 seconds left on the P1, there's still a step ahead. You can contest towards the P1 side because you're on the preferred side going in towards the cafe. It's got to be purged though. The guy that's going to probably rotate, but no, he's going to contest it here with his team.
And that's exactly like you framed up because look at number 7 on the minimap. It's already rotating over for Nero. Yep. So it's again that same idea. One SMG will hit the old time, make life miserable for LAG on rotation while the other just takes the quick route. And I mean, it seems to be kind of a symphony of success right now for these guys. Flat out, there's still numbers here for Vegas. Kills for Nero. Oh my goodness. What a double. The finish from Attach is good. And we'll jump into a listen with Legion to see how they're feeling.
Don't die, DK. They're
looking for Astro. I'm team shot on the cross.
Yeah.
I'm not dead. Astro top fire. Astro top fire.
You gonna like? Yeah.
I'm shouldering it.
Astro still top fire. Astro still top fire.
Vinning, Astro.
Out the close.
One shot. Look my left.
Vinning.
Backed out. I'm in.
He's going to.
One shot then.
Astro,
Nice, good job.
Nice.
Yo, we're up hella. Take our fucking time on this break.
One's in the middle.
One's in the middle. Guarantee this time. Just take our fucking time, bro.
I'm going in right here.
There you go. Let's go right. Come right.
All the guys rotating.
Go play ball.
I'm gonna slow play red, okay?
Here. I don't see anything right.
Oh, they didn't me top red. They might push me out.
You can come back to us, though.
Yeah.
I don't see anything low coup. Nice.
I'm gonna do the mid slide.
Okay, I'm going drunk.
And the magic just keeps coming here, Jay. I mean, this is a team that was 11th in rotation, 10th in holds for Vegas, and still they're making this look like it's been their playground all year long.
It's been structure, man. It's been structure. You can even hear it in the listening right there. Everyone's trying to set up the play. You're splitting pushes. Even when you're splitting the pushes, you're having the other players slow on the other side of the map, playing for that first kill to potentially open up a pinch. Right now, Vegas Legion are not making any mistakes, but this is where LA Guerrillas, so far, 25 uncontested seconds. They are pushed out towards the mid map. They are making layers for Vegas Legion to make it very difficult for them to find a way on in. And even though they're currently down 100, you can never count out the Guerrillas because they can flip that switch instantly.
Ooh, and speaking of, Assault on 3 has cleared all threats from the front of this hard point. Astrio looking to rotate, catches Nero up high. So there is a chance to possibly string these two hard points together for LAG. Fame does get cut over through mid-map, so this whole hit has to come from bridge side, and Vegas are already set up over towards the old P4 inside of Fountain, looking to kind of finesse and make life hard for LAG on the rotation over.
Yeah, LAG just have to hold strong on this side of the map. Hold down your bridge, hold down top 3. Just make sure you read this player going into the deep pitch is actually attached, so a one-on-one between him and Domicon to potentially find a break, but it's still a finesse in towards the Fountain, back and forth in the kill feed. Finally, LAG stand on top in those fights. All the spawns for Vegas Legion going to be through the middle of the map. How much do they decide to contest this before they call that rotation over towards Junk?
Astrio does get caught over towards the backside at ladder. Nero caught. Oh, and in the same breath, he gets caught on the ladder as well. I don't think he was intending to try to go up. He just kind of jumped and got caught on the ladder. And so that may have led to an opportunity for Vegas to neutralize this scrap time. It just comes down to how much of this does Geo want to stick around for, because, I mean, let's be candid, if you get this last 15 seconds, it puts you right on the doorstep of winning this game, but you don't want to be short-handed on rotation over towards Junkyard either.
Yeah, they're already short-handed, though. They know that. Vegas Legion know that at least 2 players are at that old point. It's a 3v2 off the rotation. Let's try to make our way in. Finesse around these shacks area. As the Guerrillas have made this a 50-point game, but these next set of gunfights are going to tell us how it's all going to be. Attached with 2 from the top, but here comes Fame on the pinch.
Gets 2 easily. There was a 3rd down low. That was cleaned up by Estriel. Fame gets a read on the 4th, and it's a 4-man feed. LAG comfortably step foot in towards Junk. Trophy systems at the ready. Vegas largely trying to hit this from the front, and this is a lot of time that they're going to have to concede if they decide not to give this a true go. And honestly, with Geo playing on a long pitch, they're not going to have numbers to try to break this hill unless the kills come through quickly. Finally, a chance for Vegas to break.
Yeah, Geo finds one on the pinch, purge through the front end, attached with the final 2. That leads to the break, but Vegas Legion, they cannot win it here. They're going to be 1 second short. So if you are the Guerrillas, have this one player in Estriel, do his best he can to potentially contest this. No, he falls. So basically going to put themselves 249, 1 second away from closing out this game. The Guerrillas have to be picture perfect from here on out.
Oh, good read here from Geo, taking care of Assault, and then immediately snaps up towards Fame. DiamondCon, last one left, will eventually neutralize, but Vegas with those eliminations will win rotation. Just need 3 seconds of time. The only one who can contest would be Fame, and he's able to clear out the hard point, get in for a contest, but it's short-lived, and Vegas, with the huge lead that they amassed throughout the first rotation and a half, will walk their way to a map 1 win.
And that was just textbook hardcore right there from Vegas Legion. We're talking about Purge never running in SMG all throughout his last year of challengers. Comes in at a whole different role, but he knows what I have to do is put myself in good positions with the SMG. All right, I get 2. Let me hit an early rotation over, make the game easier for my team. I think that's what Vegas Legion were doing the entirety of the game. Always contesting the old, but always staying ahead of the game and having multiple players off that rotation. That was just a well-structured hard point. I know it wasn't the best performance from Geo, but 17 and 21, 3,200 jammers. That guy was rotating, finding opening kills, finding pinch kills. So right there, Vegas Legion was just playing hard point to win the game. Everything rotation-wise, they were ahead of the game. Breaks when they needed them, they got them. But great holds as well. That was the biggest thing. Getting the holds, that was where they needed to show difference, and they do a dividend in that map number 1.
Yeah, I love it. I think just from a tempo standpoint, I mean, you pointed out perfectly, Jay, when it came down to, hey, you kind of had a passing of the baton between the 2 SMGs. All right, I'm going to go new. You finesse old. Make life as hard as possible. And it looked like for LAG, they were completely caught off guard by it. Like we talked about, maybe their rotation and their hold percentages weren't great, but they weren't able to really even set up what has been kind of their bread and butter, which has been off of their breaks, largely because Vegas felt like they were all over the map.
And you can just hear it in their listenings as well, because they knew exactly what was going on. They knew where the pinch was coming from. They knew exactly what they needed to cut. They get the first set of kills. Everything is gravy. And that's the thing with Vegas Legion. At least with their last roster, there was always a couple openings that would lead to them not getting a good hold percentage or getting good time off of the hill. But with this squad, everything was basically cut. Even that SMG's going on pitches early off the rotation. Usually with the last squad, it was all about attach hitting that early spot and trying to set up his team. But well structured, well played in this map number 1 for Vegas Legion to now put themselves up 1-0, and you're going into a search and destroy where you have already beaten this team.
Yeah, and I don't want to talk, really count our chickens before they hatch here, but I think there's some excitement leading towards a potential map 4 if Vegas run 3 subs, or if they just keep running this 2-2. I was legitimately blown away by what we were seeing tempo-wise from those 2. So we'll let you guys marinate on that for a little bit while we take a look at the game flow. And it is that stretch really between rotations of hills. I mean, double up the points going from 4 to 5. Sure, small moment there for Guerrillas, but it's just that gap was just way too large for them to finally make a comeback happen.
Yeah, it's like the guns started getting a little more hot for the Guerrillas. I'm pretty sure Estriel didn't have the best start, but started to turn up in the later half of that game. But now you just got to put that one behind you. And now you got to show what you have been working on in Search and Destroy, more specifically on Invasion. This is their most played S&D, but for some reason they lose it a majority of the times due to their attacking rounds. You're 6 and 20 overall. You find a lot of opening first blood. You even heard the best touch on it. It's usually on the back of Fame, who's the #1 first blood guy so far in the season. But you don't do anything with it. You wait till about 20 seconds left to try to work an objective. Every single time you do that, teams read you perfectly, throw a couple nades, and shut down that push. So if you are LAG, let's just be a little quicker this time around.
And it's really bizarre because we were kind of looking at the statistics when we saw the map set come up, and it kind of caught me by surprise. On every other Search and Destroy map, they're getting the bomb planted in nearly half the rounds.
Yeah.
Where you compare it to Invasion, they're only getting it right around a third of the time. It just does feel very bizarre that you're finding that much success converting, or at least not converting, but finding first bloods, but not turning it into a more successful opportunity to win rounds by getting the bomb down, playing a odd man situation in your post plan. So I definitely think that a lot of it does come down to the timing, the tempo, and just the decision making that they want to do, especially on the offensive half when they do find a first blood.
It's just like you got to set it early. Like if you're going to decide to switch the tempo, you have to start off with it being quick so that you can make those adjustments and slow it down to the later half of the game. But when you start off slow, teams start to take advantage of that. They start to read exactly what you do. Push out towards Broken, push out towards Cafe, play aggressive for that first blood because they know you guys are playing nice and slow in your attacking rounds. Let's just switch up the tempo. And I feel like for them, going up against this Vegas squad now after the roster changes, they don't really have to worry about a player in Standy because Standy was their bread and butter S&D guy on a map like Invasion. He was single-handedly shutting down that A push every single time, changing up his corners around Cafe, sitting out towards the cars, blowing them up with his own nades just so he can have that proper positioning. So I feel like if you are the Guerrillas, you do have that advantage, especially with Fame on your roster, who's been doing it all with that SMG.
The only question that kind of exists outside of the numbers is how much of a mental game will there be here, because this was the matchup that saw Vegas exit from Boston, but they did play this map and it was a very decided 6-1 result in favor of Legion. So we'll see if that maybe plays a bit of an effect. I think especially you kind of look back towards that, the kind of disasters that happened for LAG on this map, around the bomb in particular. Granted, that was against Atlanta, but still is one of those situations that lives in your head a little bit. So we'll see what kind of unfolds this time around after the break, and seeing if there will be, like you mentioned, some success here for LAG when it comes to actually fulfilling a quick round offensively.
Here we go into the search and destroy. 2-2 split right off the rip for the Guerrillas. They're actually playing this super aggressive without having any trophy systems or anything. So if you are Vegas Legion, you call out cross, you throw a couple frags, you potentially open up with the first blood, but Gio's already invested his. He does have a stun. His team is trying to take control of the middle of the map. They're just playing for info, but LG are not getting anything until Fame takes down a couple shots from Cafe.
But the entire setup comes up empty essentially for LAG. The threat now known by Vegas, so they will reposition accordingly, just making sure that that old P1 position is at least safe in some regard to eventually convert onto some sort of a push through. And actually, it's going to be a straight hit in towards mid tank. This little high-low setup between Assault and Fame is going to have absolutely no idea that this hit's on the way.
And I love this play right here from Vegas because they know we can't contest in towards Cafe. They have to be in that positioning, but do you want to play for this timing over towards the bomb plan? As two players from the Guerrillas push through the mannequin. Attach gets the read, so free A bomb plan is going to go down. They also find the first blood, make it the next two, and it's now instantly a 1v4 for Fame. He gets shut down. What a great first round for Vegas Legion. Keep in mind, this is a new roster. Those are one of those strategies that had to develop over time, and they got that done with ease in round number 1.
If you were to go backwards and just start the round over from the 45-second mark, it was one of those situations that Vegas is trying to push through, but at the same time that LAG is trying to push through. And we almost played that map, or that round rather, from opposite sides of the map for a moment. Very bizarre, I think, happenings across the timings. But yeah, like you mentioned, I think a lot of that is just simply down to the fact that Vegas get a really solid read on, if not both, at least one player playing over towards lobby, and they completely isolate perfectly.
Yeah, that was just a great first round right there from Vegas Legion, but now they have to respond on the defense. Guerrillas going to what they know best, nice and slow on the attacking side. As two players are working up through Cafe, the other two watching the B push through, and one holding down the Cafe area. But here we go. Finally some aggression in towards Cafe. They're getting all the info that they need, but once they turn this door, the attacks have to be hitting to get some more.
Yeah. Stun off the door. Does that connect on Nero? It does. Shakes off the most of it, but does not find any kills. Estru follows up through mid-tank, killing a second. So that'll be enough for the plant, and a 4v2 post-plant situation for LAG on A.
4v2 bomb down. Left up to Gio to attach a new AR duo. Gio gets sniffed out. Fame with the second on the round. Now it's attached left in the 1v4. Makes it a 1v3. Still 35 seconds left. You can never count this guy out of a clutch, but LAG, they shut that one down and respond with an attacking round. Another beautifully played round. Like both of these squads right off the rip, playing for the info that they're given.
Yeah, and that
right there, no one in
straightforward.
Cafe. You throw your stun out the door, you get the info, you get the first blood, and then everyone is collectively at the same positioning. So once that first gunfight goes down, Estrio challenges mid-tank. They find the second. It's just in sync right now from the Guerrillas, tied at 1.
Yeah, very straightforward approach. And
yeah.
I love the call. Maybe some of that kind of aided by the fact that there was that scene of shots landing over towards that B cross attractor. So, hey, let's take at worst a 4v3 on the A side of the map. Could be a call there. LAG, though, much more decisive. And I think that's the biggest thing, as Geo looked like he took a lot more damage than he did. Nades exploding all around him, still stays healthy. Purge trying to force himself into a 1v1. And then, well, it's just an easy escape with some finesse here from Fame, so everything stays solid at a 4v4.
Yeah, that's good work right there from Fame. Like, got some really, really bad COD timing there. Back turned, closes the door, and is able to go to the opposite side of finesse with his life. And now you're forced the Vegas Legion to reposition themselves out of Cafe. He spots them on the crossover towards DVD, and that's already 40 seconds knocked off of the game clock. There is trophy systems to work with this time around, so it's looking like Estriel is going to have his hands full at this B site.
3-man stack moving forward in towards the B site. Like you mentioned, Estriel on his own, but will have a bit of assistance on this cross through dark from DC. Shots come through, though. Now Vegas will be alert that, yep, okay, there's more defensive pressure here than just the one player at Tractor.
Urge.
Yeah, and he's trying to get all the way around the back. He does get shots to Fame, but doesn't finish the kill. So again, now Vegas are a little bit stuck, and there's not a lot of time here, Jay.
And they're isoing Purge as well. Unfortunately, he's not able to get the kill. That leads to Assault finding the first blood. And with only 20 seconds left, they can't commit to B. Diamond Khan in the perfect cutoff positioning. Geo left it a 1v4, and the Guerrillas hold strong on that defense. Vegas Legion had everything. Like, Purge pushes up through the right street. Unfortunately, once he doesn't get that first kill and his teammates start to wrap back for him, they isolate him when there was only 30 seconds left. Vegas Legion, no, we can't go B. We have to try to go back towards A, but the Guerrillas read that perfectly. 4 up, 4 down. Very clean round for the Guerrillas to go up 2-1.
And Fame, we can take maybe 2 of his 9 lives.
Yeah, that guy was finessing that round, dude.
He is out there moving, but how different that round could have been in a multitude of different timings if Fame does drop. Not to be, though. So 2-1 goes the count. LAG back to the offense, and a very similar break off here for Vegas. This opening hit down B street with Purge getting over towards mid-tank. The only thing that's different this time is that Attach will be there to assist them. No one defensively watching over the top of the water side at A.
Yeah, this is just a spread map setup to make sure no one is going to be aggressive anywhere in the positioning. So once they get that info, now it's slowly our time to start working up towards the site. They're going back to the A push. So reliable. Got a stuns, but nothing's going to connect because this time Vegas Legion are going to be playing it super deep from courtyard. First line of defense is going to be Purge through mid-tank. Just going to play his timing here.
And you can definitely tell Estriel is very weary about making any play outside of DVD here. Smoke will come through, see if that kind of baits out this Vegas defense a touch. In fact, it actually allows Fame to cross while Diamond Khan converts on first blood over towards this tank side. So once again, LAG, again, the decision making so much quicker. Bomb gets planted, 4v3 begins. Estriel shuts down Nero from securing a trade. Last attempt would you'd think have to come from Attach. He does at least clear some space out. This is still difficult 3v2.
Yeah, still a difficult 3v2 with only 30 seconds left. Attach trying to go for the chow. He actually wins it. But that's Diamond Khan instantly there for the trade. They know that Attach is one shot, and he's going to be the player on site. But we got to make sure we have at least someone looking over it. 20 seconds left.
I don't know if Assault shouldered and saw it, but Attach working on the ace. Now the 1v1 with Assault sees him through the window. MCW out, but Assault will save the round. Holy smokes, though. That shot and kill from Attach over mid-tank. You thought, hold on a second. Nearly gives himself a chance at the 1v2, but doesn't quite finish off the final shot needed onto Assault.
You could just never count that guy out of a clutch round in Search and Destroy. Just one insane gunfight after insane gunfight through the middle of the map. Makes it a 1v1 with only 14 seconds left. By the time he turns that corner, there's only 11. He spots Assault. Assault throws a shoulder and knows that as long as I die on this side of the map and force him closer towards this fire tank, we guarantee the round. He also finds the kill as well. So that's now 3 in a row for the Guerrillas. A lot quicker, a lot better decision-making on their attacking rounds have led to this scoreline. But now it's Vegas Legion on the attack.
Yeah.
Still Estriel, the sole man over towards B.
And this feels like kind of a stock setup for Vegas. We saw them do this a lot over the course of the last couple of weeks, where Attach will just play Rogue over towards A, see how frisky he can get down Waterside Street. The rest of the team focused hard over towards making this play over towards the B site. Very similar setup on the same foot, though, for LAG. You've got Diamond Cross or Fame now watching the cross to help out Estriel inside the site, and we're kind of in the same footing we were the last time LAG found themselves on defense.
Now Fame potentially is going to gain all the information that his teammates are giving him and try to go for a flank.
Wow,
He actually finds the timing. Estriel with the first blood onto Nero. That does drop the bomb. Purge has to pick it up, but it's already a 3v4. They're playing off of the info of what Attach can give them. Pushing up the left street while Geo finds that kill. They can potentially plant this bomb at A.
Do they know, though, that Assault is still lingering over towards DVD Alley? He could foil this entire rotation from Geo, but like you already called, Vegas clear over towards A, and Geo absolutely obliterates Assault. Diamondcon able to trade one back, so we'll get a pretty even 2v2. 33 seconds on the clock, and we're gonna have individual 1v1s here. I mean, Estro can't rotate yet. He has to find this kill over towards Geo, not able to find it, so now it's just down to Connor in a very tough 1v2. Shoulders being thrown. Not interested is Purge of giving him anything more. Geo over the top, just making sure he hasn't committed towards the bomb. And as Diamondcon kind of forfeits his life over, he will not have a chance to play for the defuse, and it's Geo with 2 insane eliminations on the B side of the map to help Vegas get around.
If he found that final kill, I'm pretty sure he picked up the ace on the round. That was just great play right there from Geo. He gets the first kill, at least finds the trade, makes it a 3v3, and then allows his teammates to rotate that bomb back over towards the A site. As we take a replay look at the snap onto Assault. Keep in mind, that's a world champion. Finds the second onto Estria. Know that that guy is usually the one that plays over towards the B site. Just played it super patient. He finds 3 kills in towards Broken. Rat packs towards the middle tank and finds the final. That's the way you want to get it done for Vegas Legion to stop the bleeding.
Huge round as well. Not being down 4-1, massive, but on top of that, the ability to kind of manipulate the mind games about an LAG trying to get aggressive. That could come into play next time through as we get back over to another LAG offense, which means another very slow opening, kind of feeling things out a little bit. The only difference is that Vegas are kind of double stacked here over towards old P1 with assistance from Attach. So call it what it is. 3 members are here, but as Nero drops, now Attach's role becomes a little bit more menacing as he's got to watch everything at once.
Yeah, Vegas Legion are trying to change their defensive setup. That's 2 successful A plans for the Guerrillas when they slowly work their way up through Cafe. So they try to double stack it, but Nero not in a great position. Leads to the first blood. And now the Guerrillas in the man advantage with 43 seconds left. They just have to make a decision. Diamondcon is already watching the push through the B. Let's commit over towards A. Let's trade for these trades and try to get this bomb down.
Purge is going to make a play forward, though. The timing, oh my goodness, gets the first, doesn't expect the second, catches a sound cue, but Fame at least able to provide the trade needed. So numbers still good for LAG, but the next man up is Attached, and we already know what he can do in 1v2s. Checks the bomb, finds the kill. That puts pressure on LAG now with the clock. Attached still finessing, wanted it with the pistol, but individual 1v1s are both earned and eliminated by LAG to take the round.
That's now 3 attacking rounds in a row. That time they don't get it done with the bomb plan, but just the strategy, the teamwork on full display again. Taking positionings by setting up crossfires. They find their first one onto Nera, and I thought Purge was in a great position. Once he gets that first kill, he just doesn't read the second onto Fame, and up close and personal wins that gunfight with that MCW. And then even in the final 15 seconds, both players won their one-on-ones to secure the attacking round. So Guerrillas now up 4-2. Back on the defensive side. If you are Vegas Legion, you have Nero's currently sitting at 0-5. He's just playing some bad timing so far. Let's hit a little bit aggressive towards Cafe. Set the sky for at least one.
Bomb carrier and smoke player. Fame once again up top of the balcony, and he does find Purge down up top. Oh, let's say down low, but it's up top still for him. A little mantle play coming through as Nero will provide again another early trade, so we'll stay 3v3, but all things kind of stay level here. Not a lot of ground gained on either side.
The good thing for Vegas Legion is that you gain the info that you shut down their playmaker. Unfortunately, the smoke doesn't cover Geo, and Diamondcon takes down his teammate, but now it's all left up to Attach. And the 1v2 scenario, bomb's going to be down over towards that A site. So buddy system on the opposite side for the Guerrillas. They're just slowly pushing their way up through that B point. Just going to allow this bomb plant to go down and wait for the clutch.
Both players stacked up for LAG. Attached. He's seen one. Does he get info on the second? Sure does. Wants the gunfight. Diamondcon will give it to him. 4 HP is what Attached survives with, and now he knows the only play really available is to try to make his way through mid-map, which, good expectation that Diamondcon's watching the cross. And he's not going to play for the bomb. He's going to play for the kills. Finds Diamondcon cleanly. I mean, is there a situation Attached doesn't feel comfortable in? Collects the bomb. 1.5 seconds, enough time for him to get the plant off. Astral trying to play for the exit. Little pop-up from, Attached nearly to take the final 1v2, but Astral just a little too healthy, and that'll put LAG on 5.
Oh, man, that one got scary, though. Like, if you're on the Guerrillas, it's only 20 seconds left. You know that Attach's positioning is now known. He just shot Diamondcon with a couple bullets through the middle of the tank. If I'm Estrio, I'm jumping out. I'm making sure that even if my teammate dies, I'm in a position to trade. But he stayed in his top treehouse too long. Jumps out eventually as the bomb gets planted, but wins the crucial one-on-one to put his team now at game point. Got a little bit more scary. You got to play a little better in the teamwork aspect. A little better duo work right there out of Guerrillas to make that a little bit safer.
And I'm not gonna lie, if Attach maybe doesn't get shot with those first two as he tries to finesse over the top of the bomb site, that's yeah, that's a 1v1 that I think Attach would be happy to take any day of the week. But regardless, 5-2 now, the gap, a convincing differential here. Vegas needing something, and they're going to throw a monkey wrench into the system. Look at this hit. 3 members pushing up Bialy, but once again, LAG playing back. Estro gets the sound cue off the door, plus the follow-up nade, and it's LAG in an early 4v3.
They do the same exact thing they've been doing on every single attacking round. Just spreading the map, making sure no one's going to be aggressive, and this time, Purge tries to be the aggressor. Gets picked apart. They also spot Attach as well. A couple of shots going down. He's able to walk away with his life, but should be a free bomb plan. Also, a team kill comes in from Geo. 3v2 now.
Yeah, tough situation. Vegas kind of stacked on top of each other. Diamondcon deals with Geo's threat immediately. Last one left alive is Attach. Finds the first 1v1 with Assault, but no, he's hit up too hard. And LAG will finish off the final kill and put a very convincing search in the minds of not just us, but I think the rest of the league. And we talked about their Invasion Search has been their most rehearsed map in S&D. Just hasn't really found the results they want. And I think you walk away from that one as an LAG fan saying that's a little more like it.
That's definitely a lot more like it. We're talking about 6-20 on their attacking rounds on Invasion. They now improved that to 10-20, winning 4 in a row. By just a simple setup. You spread the map, you make sure no one's aggressive, but then the game plan after that. Okay, we have DVD, we have Cafe. Now we can use our attacks to work out towards the A-bomb and then also set up crossfires and instant chows through the middle of the map because of what Vegas Legion were not showing. Their setup was really weak. Like, no one was playing mid-tank. They were just watching the mid-cross from mid-courtyard. But once that player gets smoked out, he's cut off now. Now we can slide up to the tank, take that position, and get the first one on a bomb. And every single time, it was methodical from the Guerrillas on their attacking rounds to close out this S&D 6-2. We were asking for improvements in this most specifically, and they were on full display in that map number 2. Now they tie the series up at 1. Going into a higher rise control, you couldn't feel any more confident if you are the Guerrillas.
Yeah, absolutely the case. And I think maybe without the exception of that first rotation of hard points, I think LAG is going to be feeling pretty comfortable in this series at the moment, kind of at large, because not only do you have your bread and butter control coming up, you're also playing the worst control team in the league.
Yeah.
So not good news all over the place, but I think for Vegas, you're looking to evaluate what the role swap will look like for Purge, which in the first respawn was good, and then in the follow-up, will Geo assist this Vegas team in becoming a better control squad? Those are the questions. We'll give you the answers when we come back at the end of this break.
Slice up your competition with the Executive Chef Operator, now available in-game in the Call of Duty store. Upgrade your game with the Scuff, the official controller of the Call of Duty League.
Welcome back, friends and family. It's Sunday here at the Call of Duty League, and we've got a good one on our hands. LAG Vegas locked into what was a really entertaining first two maps, but looking to the control, this is where things get really interesting because I think we're looking at this matchup from two different perspectives. For LAG, it's time to prove what the ceiling may be for this team overall, what the potential is. Whereas on the other side, for Vegas, this is about, can this roster move provide you some success just generally, especially with this control, Jay?
Yeah, because control for them hasn't treated them well. So far, 2-7 on the season, and more specifically on this map in High Rise, they are 1-3. And the biggest thing that they struggle with is gaining segments on their attacking round. They're currently 1-8 on the attacking side, which is one of the worst that we have in the league. But they also don't get any segments to go with it, and that's due to the fact that they are not keeping up with the slaying. But if map 1 is going to tell us anything, the game plan is going to be to slow it down, just make it easier for your teammates. So hopefully they come out with that on full display here.
Yep, unfortunate opening propane kill from Fame to Assault, as Vegas will actually kind of use that as an opportunity for Purge to step forward. Again, the timing and tempo. If you were to look at Purge from a month ago to what he's doing now, it looks like a totally different player. He's not sitting back. He's trying to get aggressive. This time cut down by Fame, who turns that into a nice opening double to make up for the team kill on Assault. And with that, LAG's defense will hold strong.
Yeah, they're holding strong so far. Now the next on defense they have to take down is Attach, who's currently holding down top helipad. The rest of his teammates coming off spawn behind him, but so far that's 35 seconds, make it 40. Knocked off of that game clock and no segments to show for it. You had the positionings, but you have to find a couple kills to get on that point. Finally, they're able to stop the game clock, but no kills going in their favor. And it's already 2, make it 3 dead. Last person on the point is Nero. He gets shut down. Now you're forced to hit the reset.
I love that from LAG as well. Just kind of a small moment. I think a lot of people would look at that and say, hey, he's on the zone. We got to go make sure we chow that guy. But this is all about finding the kills around the zone first. Let that guy stay on the zone, and then eventually just completely overwhelm him. And this is what happens. You get the kills cleanly, and now you're not going to allow Vegas to get out of spawn for free. Estriel just kind of the front man here with a lot of support. I mean, you can see on the minimap behind him, everyone is looking at a different lane, and there's just no way Vegas get through this without any contest. And yeah, it's 11 seconds on the clock. No one's going to see this B zone. One more attempt from Geo, but that seemed to be more of a lack of patience than anything else, because Estriel is farming right now with Fame watching over the top of him.
Yeah, that's just too easy right there for the Guerrillas. A clean forward dead. The worst thing you can do in control in this game, actually control in general, is just going forward dead at the same exact time, because now all of you guys are coming off spawn. You allow the map control to go in favor of the opposing team, and then they are watching every single lane crawl. Do not allow a single segment to go the opposite way. And now if you are Vegas Legion, you need to respond with a great defense, the same way you just did. And that's not easy, because the Guerrillas are the best team at this map for a reason. They average about 4 ticks every single time they play High Rise. So you got to shut that down early. And it all starts with the start off. You can't allow Fame to get this first kill to eventually earn that cruise as well.
Estriel will hit bottom blue, go down low, and clean gunfight versus Nero, who looked like he anticipated the play from Estriel, to be fair. Shot! Jesus! Oh my goodness! Purge absolutely melted, and LAG's first 2 kills will also see them jump on with this focus towards not just B, but also getting a player through in the A zone.
And Fame at least finds that kill to earn himself a cruise whistle, but now all of his teammates shot besides Adam Assault, who's already pushed out towards the crack shack. And that's now 2 dead. They eliminate the player in the back of their spawn as well, so they have a free lane to push it towards this left street and stop that Glane Cloud over towards B. But Fame, he's not trying to slow down. He's trying to play for a couple spawn kills, but it comes back to bite him. Now his teammates have to gun up, iron up, and towards his B point.
Decent follow-up eliminations, though, from Legion. First tick halfway completed, but Vegas quick to complete the retake, and now it's just DiamondCon last one left. He needs to value his life here, and he needs to do it badly, otherwise Vegas will be in the spawn of LAG. And he does well, finds a kill up top as well on top of that. Assault working with them. Vegas are hunting for these eliminations, but haven't been able to track down LAG at all. So now all of a sudden the offense finding some success here. 1v1 with Assault. Nero will beat him to the punch, and Vegas will get us back to a 21 versus 21 with only 21 seconds left on the clock.
And they don't allow a second as well. Whole lot of 20 runs right there to you, Alan, but
you like
only 20 seconds left. The kill's going in favor of Vegas Legion. That's already 2. Make it 3. Last player up is Assault. You take care of him, and now you just have to hold strong. We were asking for a response on the defense, not allowing any seconds. Exactly what you want to do, and now it's Nero's turn to potentially earn himself a cruise missile with 1 kill.
Now, I was marinating on a Vegas 21 like blackjack joke, but I wasn't feeling quick enough to make that happen, so Just going to tell you about it instead, very casually. Clean stuff, though, from Vegas. I mean, I think the biggest thing about it is you go back to that LAG moment where they get 2 players forward towards the Vegas spawn, and neither find kills. That was Fame and Assault who get eliminated quickly, and then that's just quick retake situations for Vegas across the map.
Yeah, that was just on the back of Nero as well, because he was that SMG through the bottom on the ground, and he jumps up into B, he finds 2, and then continues on that spree to end the round on 5. So every single time they had the numbers, Neros was able to cut them down and make it even in those gunfights. They were able to tie the game up at 1, and now all tied up at segments as well. Fat donut for both of the squads, but all out pressure for Vegas Legion going towards this B Street. They're trying to at least get 1 segment done and also set up Nero for 1 kill.
Gets the 1v1 with Estriel, but first couple of shots just a bit off. So the cruise missile will be taken out of the picture. Vegas still working down Elevator Alley. Attach able to kind of do the exact same here. Now he's on 5. Nades from all over the place start to hit him up, but Attach does stay alive off the regen. Just comes down to the anticipate this gunfight with Diamond Con. Shots are decent, but can't finish it off, so everything stays pretty neutral. 50 seconds to play.
Yeah, Vegas Legion have left side control. They just have to fight for mid-map as well. They finally able to stop that game clock, but teammate who came off spawn in Geo does get cut down through the middle of the map. Now it's all left up to Attach. He's been trying to play for a kill so long to earn this cruise missile, but does get cut down by Diamond Con. Potentially the first segment is going to be complete. Yes, Purge here with the SMG gets the first one done, but now the rest of his teammates coming all spawn. Guerrillas have the opportunity to put them in the headlock again.
Yeah, and the 1v1 on the point was part of the equation, but Assault deep over towards the Vegas spawn forced them on that top right corner, which is not where you want to be spawning as an offensive player. Estriel just through the bottom of the helipad, gets a little bit of damage into Purge, but both players will stay healthy through it. Follow-up gunfight will be won over towards the A zone, so once again, LAG defensively looking really calm. Back towards the B zone, the focus comes though for Vegas, who they've already converted the first tick, second on the way. Fame is really kind of here by himself, so this may be an extra 60 pending the kills come through here for Vegas.
Yeah, that's already the second segment complete, and Purge at least stays alive long enough, walks away to fight, and allows his last 2 teammates on the point to win those next 2 gunfights. So that's going to be B done and dusted, time extended by a minute, basically all tied up in lives. But now if you are the Guerrillas, this is where you got to slow it down. You cannot go forward in this situation, allow them to get on the point, get in your spawn and start putting you in that trap.
Yeah, Vegas with this high ground position over towards Hilo, just trying to do what they can to build up a life lead and maybe keep the map in their favor, but a good quick follow-up from Estriel. He finds 2 up top. So just like that, in the blink of an eye, now all of a sudden it's LAG who own the high ground on the map. Only player who snuck through quite literally is Attach. Avoids touching the zone for a moment, but I think his pinky toe stepped in and all of LAG snapped around to find him. Kill comes through, and the LAG defense reaffirms their control.
Staff players in a greater position. What else can Nera get done from bottom blue? At least takes down the first, but doesn't commit to the second gunfight. He has to wait for his teammates to make a valuable push coming in. With only 25 seconds left, this is basically going to be their last hurrah. You go 4 dead, you're getting put in the spawn trap, and Guerrillas aren't budging. They are setting up, look where everyone is. Outskirts, outskirts, underground, back spawn. They are waiting for this push to come in.
Hey, put the onus on the offense. You got to step into the zone. Thing is, Attach and Geo have made a long route happen, and now Diamond Con is kind of on an island by himself with a whole world of Vegas players in front of him. Does step over, finds the first Nero with the trade, keeps the clock stopped at 7.1. Fame feeling the pressure, calls in the immediate cruise missile. Doesn't find a kill. Yes, it takes Nero out of the point, but quickly to jump right back in is Attach. 5.4 seconds on the clock. First tick is locked in. Kills continue to still come through. Second tick on the way, but it's Estriel around the back to once again clear. 3 seconds on the clock. Geo, the next man in. He finds himself 2, but not the third. It's just 1 by 1 they come.
God.
Vegas still in the point. 9 plays 6. Nero now for sure the last one left. He's been stunned, he's been naded, and the clock will expire on this Vegas offense.
Vegas had an opportunity, man. They had an opportunity right there to potentially close out that 8 point. But once Attach finds only 1 kill in towards the spawn, Diamond Kill at least stays alive long enough, even with his teammates dropping 3, to take that 1 player off of A. So now it's a 3v3 with the players coming off spawn. You use your attacks, you use your gunner, you set up the crossfire to eventually break your way back on in. But it was an all-out mix fest in through bottom blue. Gunfight after gunfight, trade after trade, but with the Guerrillas having the better spawn on that side. Also investing in cruise missile as well. They secure the defense, but they give up 4 segments. So that's got to be in the back of their mind on this attacking ground.
Yeah, it feels like it was a necessary call, though, I think, if you're LAG, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So 2 on the count. Attach first blood. Fame trying to work his way through mid-map. I believe he did see Nero through the window. Doesn't matter. He's already been taken care of. Follow-up kill good. Fame now on 4. And he does step in towards the zone. Follow-up help here for LAG as they kind of just assess the new situation, and the kills come through cleanly. LAG working with some heat here on offense.
And Fame is already in another 5 streak, and he reads this play beautifully on an attach. Earns himself that cruise missile. He used one last round, but he said, all right, I'm going to get one next run as well, so it doesn't even matter. He allows his teammates to get on that beat point. A couple players from Vegas Legion coming off spawn, so they have to take their time through your attacks, make sure everything is hitting. But now that trophy system does get invested, the first segment is about to be complete.
And Fame has played the deep agent here, now on 7 in a row. He's going to be forcing Vegas to spawn at this back elevator position. This, again, is not where you want to be. It's just so much good spawn manipulation coming out of Fame. Follow-ups, again, all individual. They're just trying to lock him down, and finally kills come through. And to be fair, as much of that was a nuisance, Nero and Purge do a nice job of getting the kills, and they don't really allow much offensive success to happen on the zones.
I would have loved to see the Guerrillas right there with Fame in the back of the spawn behind enemy lines. Let's just complete one of the points. Exactly, not 2-2 split, and at least complete one towards both. Because now you're 3, making all 4 dead in the back of your spawn, and now Fame is in a situation where he potentially has to use a cruise missile to try to work his way out if they want to close it out here. But with only 25 seconds left, they're currently down by 2 segments. It's a conga line through the underground.
Yeah. The only bit of good news here for LAG is the fact that they did confirm those 2 ticks of progress. But Vegas making life absolutely miserable for LAG off this spawn. This will likely come to a bit of a close. If Attach can find this cruise missile before the next round, that would be pivotal for Vegas. Kills continue to look good, and it looks like Attach will be a bit too far away from anyone from Guerrillas to Chow. So we'll go into a round 5 with Attach 1 off a cruise, but big bounce back for Vegas considering the circumstances.
Oh, yeah, and that's due to the misplay from the Guerrillas. You got someone behind enemy lines. Your 2-2 split already have full map control. Let's just stack one of the points so we can extend time by a minute, not go for a segment at each point, because then all it takes is Vegas Legion to hit a couple nades, get that one player down, and then put their sole focus on the other guy, and that's exactly what they did. Found a 4 dead at the right time once they eliminate Fame from behind enemy lines. Even though he earns a cruise missile, it still was great work from Vegas Legion, only giving up 2 segments. Now they guaranteed themselves defense in round number 5, and they're happy as hell about that because they suck at offenses. So you got defense versus team in LAG. Everything is set up for you to win this, especially if Attach finds that 1 kill for the cruise.
See how it goes. Vegas coming out of spawn. Just the normal default setup where LAG on their offense have a lot of focus towards the B side of the map. Fame already up top. Clean shots keeps Purge under cover. So a chance now for LAG to kind of use that as maybe an opportunity to know, okay, no AR over the top of the B side. Maybe we can find our way in, and they'll just walk right on in to start working on the first tick of progress.
Yeah, they're just right into B. Purge, unfortunately, with the team kill into Geo, that propane tank has a crazy radius.
Wow.
Blow up teammates, but that's already the first segment done. The second segment about to be complete, but at least Attach finds that 1 kill to earn himself that cruise missile. He's not done yet. We're jumping right back on in. That's already 3 dead. And now they're starting to get aggressive on the map. LAG, this is a crucial moment. You have to win these next fights so you don't get trapped.
Dude, Attach everywhere on the map. Oh my goodness. Huge double from Attach. Levels out the life count. Of course, the cruise missile in the process had been earned. And Vegas off spawn now dominate the B zone. LAG left reeling, 42 seconds on the clock, and Fame is going to call the trigger on the cruise missile to see if he can open something up.
Yeah, Fame's got to call that cruise. He knows how crucial this moment right here in the game is. Astrio finds the first kill onto Geo. Nothing's going to connect with the missile. Because they're all playing in towards bottom blue, but you got to keep in mind, Attach has one of his own. When does he decide to call that in? Probably when his teammates are able to find a couple kills around the map. No, he's just going to invest it now. Even though that B point does get completed. They invest that cruise. They got all the info. That's 3 down. Now you just got to take down this last player in the elevator, and you have them in the trap.
Yeah, Assault has to make a play here. Yeah, he has not had a great map to this point, but the rest of his team is getting spawn trapped. He needs to create some space. First kill is good towards Elevator Alley. Can he get a second? Has to. He absolutely needs to find more than this. Shots to Attach decent, but still Vegas making life really, really tough off spawn. And with the kills looking the way they do, it's a 7 life gap, 55 seconds of the clock for LAG to make their move.
Yeah, they gotta get out, man. You gotta get out. Just right now, the team fires, the crossfires from Vegas Legion are just too strong. That's 3, making all 4 dead in the feed. Attach sitting at 30 and 15. Double positive 2.0 KD, one off of earning that cruise missile, has read this player beautifully, takes down Estriel. Now he has a cruise missile to work with. Only 30 seconds left, and the Guerrillas only have 7 lives remaining.
May as well just call it in right here. Nail, meet, coffin. LAG worked their way out of the spawn trap, but we're on final lives. 5 playing 17, 18 seconds on the clock. Geo gunning at range. Oh, it just gets that much nicer for Vegas. DiamondCon, the last one left, he'll be taken out of the picture, and Vegas looking clean with it in their 2 respawns in this series.
I wasn't expecting that. I promise you, LAG were not expecting this either. We're talking about playing 2 maps, 2 respawn maps that we beat this team previously on, and they made a roster change, so we had the heavy advantage. We're going into a high-rise control. We're 3-0, undefeated, one of the best teams in the game. But when you're not finding success the way that you usually are in your attacking rounds, Vegas Legion definitely prefer that defensive side, and they clutch up at the very end with great AR work from Attach, Geo holding down the power positions, but also the SMGs just finessing the way that they were. Narago's only +1. Purge goes -3, but you can see the damage out of both of those guys. 4K for both of them, just putting down those shots across the map, setting up their teammates for success. But Attach MVP, man, 5,200 damage, 32 of 17, 29 non-traded. Oh, that's supposed to do it all right there.
Yeah, I was about to say the same thing, the 29 non-traded. And it's in the fashion of where he was denying the trades. Yeah. A lot of the special moments were happening for Attach. And I think if you're looking at the other side, Fame, great map out of him, but Assault was just not a presence whatsoever, which I won't say is, one thing or the other, but he had a great map 1, played pretty solid in the Surge. It's just unfortunate that you had Attach popping off on one side and Assault really not a factor on the other.
And I also think it was the teamwork aspect for the Guerrillas.
Agreed.
You go back to that attacking round, you're getting all the kills. You got a clean 3 dead. All of Vegas League, you know exactly where they're spawning because you currently have Fame in their spawn trying to put them in the spawn trap, but they just go for the split. So the game plan wasn't really the best. They outslayed them in this map number 3, but they still lost the game. That just doesn't make sense if you are the Guerrillas. Teamwork has to be better, and unfortunately it's not. Now they find themselves with their backs against the wall, down 2-1.
Wow. That was, we've had some very entertaining maps. That may be one of the most entertaining high-rise controls that we've seen in a minute, if maybe at all at this point. Just individual pop-offs, again, spawn trap turning into spawn trap. It's just, it almost feels like Fortress at some points, but it's just in the fashion of which LAG found success early. Vegas turn around, do the same thing to them. Wow. Captivating stuff. And now we go to a Rio hardpoint. Neither team has had a rep on the map yet, and I think the thing we look at here is kind of on both sides, how are the SMGs are going to play through the first 2 days of this qualifier weekend, Jay. It really has been a conversation on this map mode convo all about what happens with Rival 9s when they're in hand.
Yeah, the SMGs are very impactful on a map like Rio. We even see Toronto Ultra pull out a 3rd, and Scrap, who usually dominates with the AR, but that's what it takes on a map like Rio. A lot of close up and personal gunfights, a lot of routes that need to be hit, and also a lot of timings that need to be going your way on a map like Rio. So I'm really expecting Purge, obviously the new SMG for Vegas Legion, to play the same way he has. He's just hitting that early rotation, popping a 2-piece, putting himself in a great position to block spawns. But this is where I'm really thinking Nero has the opportunity to drop like a kill record here. He has that ability to, once he gets hot with that SMG, he has that takeover. And then on the opposite side, we're definitely looking at Fame. That guy, he's just the playmaker for this Guerrillas roster. Estriel, he does the dirty work for Fame. He is the main slayer when they talk about the SMG. But there's only 2 SMGs per team. I'm really curious for both rosters, who's going to pull out that 3rd SMG for a couple of these hills.
Yeah, if at all. I think it's definitely a lot of pressure. Pressure's not the right word. It's just, when you think about Fame's history, he's been on some teams where he's kind of been forced to have to run an AR. And I feel like that really, really limits his potential. If you can get to a position here where you're LAG and you say, hey, Fame, just go black out and do what you want to do. Just run routes, get kills, run this sub all over the map. Let us handle the rotational work. I think this could be a really successful map for LAG. But the thing about that conversation, it doesn't just start and end with Fame. You need Assault to be playing well as an anchor. Exactly. You need Estriel to be, like you mentioned, being good on finesse time. And then DiamondCon kind of has to, again, be running fast with this second MCW unless he pulls out that 3rd rival. It's definitely an interesting situation. We look at the roster versus how teams have provided early conversations on Rio to this point.
Yeah, because I feel like with SMGs on a map like Rio, they're going to be leading in everything. Where you're talking about the comms and how they want to attack certain hills.
Yeah.
But the crazy thing is, you don't want to be too aggressive in certain aspects, because if you push out the wrong way and you tell your teammates, all right, I'm going for a deep flank, and it doesn't work out for your teammates on the opposing end, then you flip the spawns and everything flips on its head. So that's not the good thing. You have to make sure everything is coordinated as a unit, and already starting off into this P1. It's all out nades over the top, so we have to make sure the Tax are hitting point. Attach is working his way up through bridge side, but he's also going to be playing this slow. So all out battle. Here comes Nero.
LAG first one's in. Nades will mostly be expired. And whoa, nice shots from Nero. Little finesse around the outside. Tough gunfight versus Assault to follow up. And with that, LAG will reaffirm their control. Attach trying to make things messy. And just pick it up where he left off. Trophy system now earned and down. Vegas with numbers, just looking for the final kills. And that's a quick flip of this first hard point.
And that's already great work right there from Vegas Legion. Trays are bound back and forth, but Attach through the bridge side plays it nice and slow. And he's able to walk away with this final 20. You did have Diamond Con trying to go for a route, but Vegas Legion, they were winning the gunfights. They know where the pressure's coming in from. Should potentially put themselves in a great position to set up for that P2, as they already have 2 players off the rotation.
The way staying patient with the rival on these gunfights. He's looking for an early cruise missile. The finesse game, next level, lots of damage, but again, patient, not overchalling. And this is the same setup that we kind of saw from Vegas, where one of your SMGs is going to make life hard on the exit while the other's already rotated. Unreal start from Purge and the rest of Vegas as they get a lot of one and to get the rotational setup to 2.
And now exactly, Vegas Legion know exactly where the pressure's coming in from the Guerrillas. They want to flip those spawns. They don't want to try to attack this from bottom ramp, but they're doing a great job of at least trading efficiently to not allow all this time to go in favor of the Guerrillas. But Soulman here is now attached. He does get stunned out, so the break is going to be in for the Guerrillas. But with only 25 seconds left, this is your last push for Vegas Legion. It's already been a great job, and now you're going to start sending a couple players off towards the next hill.
Assault, ooh, a little caught on the staircase. Couldn't quite finish off the kill, but damage dealt. Assault eventually able to get himself an assist, but still, this is important scrap time for Vegas. Fame only able to find one on the exit, so LAG will rotate very swiftly over towards that front lobby Eski's position. Vegas working towards the truck side of the map, and not a lot of focus towards mid-map. This is all about trying to hit this quick pinch on elbow.
Yeah, this is very, very quick, and you see the setup right now from LAG. It's kind of open. Even though they're watching every single lane, it's just Estriel onto the point, but when they find a couple kills, it's time for everyone to collapse. That's now 3 dead. The last play they got to focus on is Nero, who's behind enemy lines. He's just waiting for his teammates to apply pressure through the front, but they're not finding any kills, so Nero's going to have to try to do it himself. He gets cut down. LAG holds strong.
Yeah, huge hard point here for LAG. Nero will actually spawn towards Old, so he will actually use that as an opportunity to work with Geo to hit this scrap time. This is more than just scrap. This is almost half the hard point here. LAG, I think we're sitting there commenting, all right, we got it. We did it. Hard point's ours. Then all of a sudden, Vegas are right there in their back line. Moments of correction for LAG will get them what looks to be the majority of this scrap time. We'll have an even game because of it. Good pickup.
It's great work right there from the Guerrillas. Great response towards the bottom of Eski's Hill, and now they're winning the rotation over towards P4 by Garage. Even though a couple split spawns coming in from Vegas Legion, looks like they're in a position to read them. Just got to take down this one player and Purge behind enemy lines, but taking too long to find him. It sets up Geo from the front end. That's now 3 dead. Vegas Legion with the instant break to now take the lead right on back.
Play through Garage will allow LAG to get themselves a setup for their break. 40 seconds to play for Vegas, still trying to get their setup fully reinvested, as there's a long route from Estriel on the map. And the success from the front for LAG, oh, this is about to get nasty. Geo completely caught off guard. Purge, last one left alive, no chance to take a gunfight. And that long route for Estriel, the difference maker, as LAG find their break.
Yeah, LAG find their break, and a much needed one at that, because they're going to be late off the rotation over towards Bridge. Nero with the big first kill onto Fame. It's going to allow them to set up properly around that hill. The final 15 is going to go in favor of the Guerrillas, and you've paid attention to your mini-map. Diamond Con going on the route all the way behind enemy lines, and Assault's here to assist them. They're going to flip these spawns on its head, and now they put themselves on a preferred side to contest it.
Yeah. 2 players already in, though, for Vegas. And you've got Geo playing over towards P1. He nearly gets the better of Estriel as well. Kills, though, good as LAG make their move now for the hard point. Nero staying alive, staying strong up top towards Bridge, and just decides to value his life while he waits for the rest of his teammates to come off spawn. Good pickup, though. Nero turns and snaps. Not able to find the second cleanly, and with that, LAG will get full control here at the final hard point.
And they drive through the chaos, come out on top in those fights, and now they're gaining some much-needed time over towards the Bridge Hill. Trophies are down. Trades are there. Make it 3 dead in the feed. Nero's now forced to try to take top mid control. Does take down Diamond Con while the rest of his team is spawning all the way behind him. Gonna try to contest this the way that they can, but right now the Guerrillas are throwing themselves a nice little lead, and they're winning that rotation over towards next. Gotta shut down Fame. 1-0 for that cruise.
Test out from Purge. Whoa, Fame. How about that as a 6th and final kill to earn himself the cruise missile? LV looking to play through the old time, rotating over towards 1, but it's Guerrillas in the lead and a chance to set up another break as we take a listen in with LAG.
Yeah, you got one guy top 6 steps, one guy bridge, and one guy Esky side of time, down Esky, down Esky.
Apple weak, Nemo, Purge is gonna be Apple steps.
That's not close.
Mating.
Close left.
Maybe from Apple, Apple somewhere. One shot.
You one shot. You're laying down left side you. I'm
gonna come up to you.
Yeah, I'm pitching you.
30 seconds on.
Dude, tell me out room. Going back to nice.
Absolutely.
I'm looking.
I'm up their side, yeah.
I'm dumping on you. Right now, G1 bullet. Left side.
Nice, fine.
Got me.
I don't know their side time. He's back right.
First side, then.
Nice, good shit.
Live.
Give me blue. Good 10. I'm gonna play through deep left here.
I'm coming up. Left,
nice.
One shot here.
Nice. Make everyone deep left.
We're on deep.
Nero's gonna be deep on us.
I'm gonna Apple.
Yo, one bullet got
Nice, I sent Apple. That gives us one there.
I'm nading.
Yeah, spawning one out.
I need Apple. Oh, he's close Apple. Big. In the Apple.
Coming up.
I'm deep tiny.
Those two spawn out.
I'm gonna try.
Yo, Apple,
They spawn blue maybe.
He reach out to you.
Maybe we're back.
I'm saying now. What's the main attack?
Spawn Nero. One shot blue Nero.
We flip.
He's on the ramp.
I'm going for Apple.
Spawn blue. Dude,
I'm pulling my head. I'm pulling steady. I can slide half. Wait for the stun.
Near the left.
Main copper.
I think I'll
Top Nero. Weakest for close. Main copper from nade.
No, he's behind the photo. He's on the close half.
Laying down. There's 3 there.
Coming nade again. Use our attack.
Well, LIG kind of find themselves in a bit of a blunder right now from 1 to 2. Long route, you kind of heard them talking about, Jay, doesn't fully work out. They get the spawns, but Vegas now essentially have a little bit of a trap here over towards this top platform.
Yeah, this is perfect if you are Vegas Legion. You don't have the preferred side, but you're holding it from the front end, and you walk away with about 35 seconds. Also, a team kill from Fame. Now leaves all this chunk time up to Assault with only 10 seconds left. His teammates are now off the back foot, off the rotation. Vegas Legion have got themselves right back into this game. 4-point game. They're fully set up for Eskies. They already made the adjustment because last time, this was all Guerrillas. This time, it's all them. How long can they hold for?
And the buffer around the hard point is very far forward, but LAG pick it apart perfectly. First 2 kills are good. Now here comes the flood. 2 from one side, 2 from the other. Geo attached. Find the first couple eliminations. The follow-up, though, from LAG looks pretty darn clean. Vegas not able to reinforce those members inside the hard point, so the break for now is in. The contest at least looking good, but attach turns the tides, and with that, Vegas are able to get back into the hill.
Yeah, they stay back in the hill. They're just trading efficiently, even when it turned into a 2-on-2. They waited for the player to come on the pinch through Box's alley. And now you continuously spawning all of the Guerrillas through top mid. Final 20 is going to go in favor of Vegas. And now it's all about this rotation. 5v1. Attach versus Assault. Assault's going to be the player over towards Cop Car, but Attach is in a great position already. I don't know if they're going to find him here.
We also got Estriel on the off spawn who could pinch this hard point up. Kills are not here cleanly. And once again, LAG finding success from the front. And then it's Estriel and Fame to finalize the last kills needed for, again, I don't know if we'll call that a rotational win or not. Geo nearly gets the better of Estriel, but it will eventually be a nade to neutralize the hard point. So we have a 50-50 battle over the top of the hill.
Vegas Legion are actually able to get on in, but crossfire right there from Domicon, too strong through mid boxes. Wow. He also finds a second as well, so this is where it can get scary if you are Vegas Legion. I know you're trying to contest this, but the nades are going to be pure. No trophy system to shut those down. Even takes down a teammate. But they are still here contesting, trying the best of their abilities. They find the first 2 kills. Now they're going to start pushing out towards Garage, make it all 4 dead. This is a good 25 to walk away with.
And Gio's really starting to kind of step up in this rotation. It's been hard pressed with him running this 3rd sub. Maybe moments where you think he's not as comfortable as you'd like to see, but he's definitely allowing and been a reason why Vegas are finding themselves back into this game. Over towards rotation, though, a key hard point, bottom side bridge. LAG first couple of kills will have them rotating very early with the setup that they prefer.
Just gotta have the same setup you had last time around. Just no one give up their life for free. Continuously hold top mid control and don't allow that pitch to come on in. Great shots from Attach to take down that trophy. Now you take down the player from top bridge. Now it's time to contest the guy onto the point, but they cannot find that kill. It's still the Guerrillas holding on.
3 members in. Trophy system, like you mentioned, not here, so nades will be landing for Vegas on this follow-up attempt. Last we were here, Vegas committed everything to working through Old on their way to P1, and they seem to have the same intentions here, but Diamond Con up top, a big double from him. Purge, though, able to follow up. It's a nade from Nero that eventually takes him out, but again, not bad news here for Vegas. They neutralize the time, and now they can kind of make the decision of how much we want to commit to playing towards Old versus actually setting ourselves up on 1.
And they already have a couple players off that rotation. Nero knows that he has the timing on him, so he's going to go for that pitch to eliminate him off of that junk time. But 204 to 207. Potentially end here at P1. Attached up a close and personal with the Renetti. Takes down Assault, and now it's all about the mix fest. Who can come out on top in these fights through mid?
Attach, good help over the top. Purge, make sure that Geo at low HP stays alive. First 3 kills are good. Now it's up to the LAG, who have been kind of categorized in their hard point by being a successful break team. Can they do that here to try to extend this at least another hard point? First couple of kills good from Assault. Geo trying to finesse, can't find anyone to shoot at, so it left with Purge, and the break is clean. Only dropping 1 in the process. LAG extend the map another hill.
And that all comes down to Assault, man. He went to up close and personal gunfights with that MCW through the bridge side. Eventually leads to the break for the Guerrillas. Now, if you are Vegas Legion, you are forced to give up this time. You don't want to be manned down off the rotation. They're trying to put themselves in the perfect scenario to try to close it out over towards P2 Hot Dog stand. And here comes the pressure from the Guerrillas again through the back end. You have the players going for the long route, players going for the short routes, but Vegas Legion have read it perfectly. Purge finds 2, and now they're going to be able to set up properly off of towards the next.
Spawns are still in for those 2 members that fell from Vegas just as the hard point opens. 230 to 236, and LAG are split focused on this break attempt. 2 around the back, 2 from the front. No one's nearby at the moment. Purge catches one by surprise. Does he get a read that there's a second one still on the way? May not make much of a difference because Attach from the front is finding the kills that he needs. And oh my goodness, the role swap seems to be working out like magic for Vegas as they will find both hardpoint wins. This one with 3 subs in hand, and Attach lets everyone know what he has to think about that.
Oh man, he's probably talking to the people that didn't really believe in this roster change, but he lets them know this is what we wanted to do, and it was on full display in all of the respawns. We're talking about a Karachi HP. They haven't found a W. A high-rise control, where they were playing one of the best teams in the game on it. They find a W. And then on a map in Rio that they haven't played, they had a slow start. Geo wasn't really turning up with that SMG, but just were ahead of the game plan when it came down to what they needed to do to walk away with the W. Stay ahead in rotations. Make sure we're playing cheeky corners to make it very, very difficult for them to open up with those kills. But you can see that at the very end of that game, it all came down to the timings of the SMG. Every time Purge is going from backside to the middle cut, he was timing it perfectly to find those initial 2 kills for the players on the Guerrillas who were trying to set up that pinch. Vegas Legion, just a well-polished team so far in the respawns, on full display in this first series, and they walk away with a 3-1 victory over the Guerrillas. Get their revenge, because this is the squad who sent them home at the first major.
Oh yeah, I mean, the game flow, again, when you get to that second rotation at P2, 141 up to 207. Geo was one of the guys that was making that happen for him.
Yeah.
I mean, not the greatest stat line in the world going into that set, but hey, the thing about it was he was making those plays happen when they needed to most, whether it was on rotation or finessing. And then in particular, you look at kind of, again, the question mark around Purge, who I would say at best you may label as a flex from last year. He looked great in both hard points.
Oh, yeah.
Sub the entire time. So call me a believer. Vegas looking clean.
You take that, bro. You take that. From 0.4 Purge to a solid 1 point and probably a 0.9 SMG. But the impactful plays that he was making with that SMG in hand. We started off the game with it. Finessing around P1, ends on a 5 streak, finds multiple kills every single time. It was just a way better game plan from Vegas Legion today.
Wow. Unreal stuff, man. A lot of excitement throughout all 4 maps that we had, but with that, Vegas stunned everybody in the predictions with a huge win here, sending LAG into a position of maybe some second guessing after the maybe inconvincing results for the major, and then this here not going to feel good whatsoever. But that'll do it for us here on our first game of the day as we head back to the desk so they can break it down.
Awesome way to start the Sunday as we have our first upset in from Attached and the boys from Vegas. Now, none of us saw this coming. All of us picked the Guerrillas coming into this one.
How did Vegas find an edge?
I mean, listen, this is why I kind of like the Vegas move in the roster change. And this is, I guess, what they were hoping for. Gio, you join the team, you win your ones, you play a little bit slower. Purge, you pull out a sub and you fly in front of me. I'm attached. I'm gonna fry. This is a better team composition for this roster. And you saw it through and through, even in their tight setups, like the P2 here on Rio, they had a tight setup both times, making things happen, able to play together and communicate effectively and get those trades. Like, everybody is in the right position at the right time. This team looks so much better and much improved, especially in the control game mode.
Oh yeah, especially control. They finally did it, right? This is a Vegas Legion thing that has followed them since last year of not being able to win those game number 3s. And now Gio's first game with the squad, they end up taking map number 3 and both the hard points, which is really, truly surprising to me. On the flip side of things, I do want to talk about LAG. I feel like I learned a lot about this squad and the fact that they just don't do well in the mix. And that's what Vegas Legion is. This is a poor matchup for them because Purge and Nero are just constantly trying to pop those 2s to out-trade the LAG. But we saw one glimmer of hope for LAG, that very final P1 where they slowed it down instead of throwing bodies at the hill like maniacs, and they counted down and collapsed together and got the break. Unfortunately, it didn't pull out in the end to win map number 4, but maybe something to work on moving forward.
Do you call a cop car hot dog? I'm hearing all kinds of call-outs, but that was the one hill that it just looked like LAG had no idea how to hold.
Yeah, they just couldn't break that hill. I mean, they tried to do like a 2-2 split. They had Estrio on the back, another player trying to hit through over the hop wall, but nobody was getting kills from the white van. So it's just like, you have to take your time and really get a pick there. Maybe send somebody through lobby. Their thesis, it just wasn't working on how to break on multiple hills on that map, mind you.
Right. There was one moment, though, in this game that made my prediction, well, I knew it was null and void. It was going to be totally wrong. Attach took over. It's your scuff play of the game. Here he is, round 5 of control. The streak that put his team in the position to take home a much-needed match victory and 10 more points.
Yeah, he was slamming. Like, he jumps up here, he finds a couple of kills, he then pushes up towards the windows. And I love this heads-up play. So a lot of the times, like, you're trying to put a team in the blender, but you have to catch that last guy that gets out. So he actually takes the timing risk, turns around, kills the guy elevators, then does a 180 and slams the guy in the window for the highlight play, then picks up a cruise, which then round's over.
Double positive. The old man still looks good on the sticks as he gets a win for Vegas Legion. Before we go, let's give an overall grade for Gio. I know we didn't see enough from him. What was your early impression?
I think it was just solid. You know, it was just what he needed to get done to get the series done. If anything, I really liked what we saw out of Purge more so.
All right, well, it's time for everyone to sync your calendars. If you haven't done it yet, do it right now and find out when Vegas is playing next. They're done for week number 1, but they're back in action next weekend. All you got to do, scan that QR code and follow your favorite team all year long. We got to go to a quick break. When we come back, it's the second battle of the day between a team that just finished top 4. Minnesota taking on the champs from Boston after this. Start the season strong with the Call of Duty League Pack. Grab yourself the CDL Operator, Weapon Blueprint, and so much more. Check out the Call of Duty store in-game now. The Call of Duty League is brought to you by Monster Energy, the official energy drink of the CDL.
Like, when you have the Slayers, when you have the talent there, it's all about putting it together.
Abuza. Now right back over to Illy. He takes his fight as well, trying to keep this 100% at 100. And looking good so far. 2v1 now. Dashy last up. Full health though. Chance to make a play. Next guy drops. Dashy 1v1. Versilli, former teammate. Ah! that? Just gunned to sleep.
There's more than just the game on the line. It's like, you know, a lot more bragging rights.
I think the very first map is the most important map. If you go down that first map to Optic, chances are you're not going to win the series. I think they have like over 90% win rate after they win the first map, so it just really comes down to that first map, I think.
When you go up 2-0, it's really hard to come back, and we're really good at sealing the deal and just closing the...
We've been practicing pretty hard and, you know, watching a lot of film and stuff like that, so I'm just fully confident we're going to walk away with the W.
All just on the outside. But Nate Dogg's team was in 6th, going big here, finding one. Tapa gonna try to take down Watch Waldo, but falls. The trade from Nate Dogg, it comes through. 10 eliminations. Look who's last alive. It's Huskers in a final 1v1. They eliminated each other. Who wins the gunfight? Huskers pushing the fight. Zoning off with the grenades, finding it. Swings around the corner, no place, but chows it anyway. Nate Dogg gets the better of Huskers for the win. Nate Dogg with 11.
Back him up, making all the plays. It's Crim 6. The curse has been broken. The dynasty has been cemented. They are the greatest roster in Call of Duty history. Optic Gaming are officially the Call of Duty World League champions.
We gotta find him, we gotta find him.
You guys get smokes if you're a little weak.
He's on the outside, he's on the outside.
It's
To your right. Let's go, baby! Come on! Come on! Let's go! Let's go! Let's go!
Share your life. They actually went for the challenges and gave us an opportunity, which is just something I hate seeing. And what the hell was that? Then he just got gunned,
That's the best gun in the game. That is the best gun in the game.
They have time, though. They have time. Who's lurking, though? Who is lurking? Oh, it's about. Hello? That's a, hello?
Wow! He just gave him a little kiss on the cheek.
What was that?
I have no idea. Joe Shotzi's on 5 in a row, and Empire will win the round.
I love when the good news coming in on a day-to-day. Already know what's happening. I don't gotta shake the hay. Big moves, big stepper in the right direction. The trick continues. Every double use a psychedelic. I think they gon' need a minute. Look, I'm interested in making as opposed to making friends. Double bags. I've been paranoid having the safe. So take a check. Finishing his drink should only take a sec. But Mark just cut me off. He told me that I go on stage and tan. Walk out to my own shit on the main event. Da Vinci, my cologne after the show. She told me that shit was a favorite sin. Sprint a fan in spacious, we could take it frames. What happened next? You could take a guess. By any means necessary. Everything I'm doing is legendary. Step in my office cause I'm a boss, not a secretary. Second to none, I am primarily not secondary. Give me the throne, I'm trying to yeah, this is a rude awakening. Still got it on lock, you ain't getting the combination. About to shock the whole world, I am ready.
There's the play from Liz to the back line from the hip. Get combo.
I'm just getting started. Time to turn it up. Going off in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Pinch, the pinch, mid-end. All 3 of them gone. Rocker, he's able to find another gunfight. Does he get the second hit? He does.
I'm coming with it, you feel it, I make it boom, boom.
We got a showdown between 2 top 5 seeds coming up as our #1 seeded Toronto Ultra take on #5 Minnesota. Before that, though, we got to get to our monster winner spotlight. We got Dylan, a.k.a. Attach, on the line, and he's joining us live. We got to talk about this series, my guy. At the end of it, you stand up, you're shouting at the camera. I was running back to the studio, so what were you saying to everyone hating on you in the chat?
I was just trying to say our team is #1 with our new roster. So, nah, I'm just kidding. But honestly, I got flashbacks till after the major because LEG knocked us out. They reverse swept us. And then just like hearing the interview, walking off the stage, then also looking over the team that did the choke symbol. I kind of got flashbacks, like PTSD, and I don't know if something took over me. But I apologize to everyone if me holding up the #1 sign offended you.
Don't ever stop. Don't ever Never change, my guy.
Too wholesome. Attach, why the role change with Purge instead of Gio when you brought him into the roster?
Well, Gio, he's just been like a dominant AR, and the way we've seen with Purge, like throughout this game, it kind of seems like he was more naturally an SMG player with the way he would play. Like he's not someone that will just like post up, like he'll get a kill and just run away. Like, you know, when you're an AR, you need to get a couple kills, lock down lanes for your teams. But he's always likes to move and make plays. So I think the role's like fitting him a little bit better.
Dylan, it seemed like, you know, you benefited a lot from this change in terms of individual play. What was the thought process behind releasing such a individually talented player as Standy and bringing in Gio?
I mean, it's always tough because Eli or Standy is one of my best friends in the community, and he's obviously extremely talented. We all know it. It had nothing to do with like skill or anything like that.
Yeah.
It was just like the team chemistry, team cohesion in game and outside of it. So that's really just what it came down to. But I mean, Standy deserves another opportunity. He's a really good player, and I think everyone knows that. But that was just what we tried for now, and it's looking good, but we have a long way to go.
Attached, what I love about our show is we now have CDL TV between breaks, and you have been featured in quite a few of them going all the way back to AEW. One of the things we most recently saw, and the chat was arguing about it, is Optic from 2017 the greatest Call of Duty team of all time, or is it Complexity from 2013 and 2014?
It's a hot spot.
Oh, okay, you're gonna put me on the spot. I think I would say there's like kind of two answers in a way, but I think you would have to probably give it to the Optic dynasty just because I think the competition was a little bit more elevated. But when it comes to like dominance throughout a season, it's Cole. But for years and years and years, Optic was doing that.
That's my president right there. Vote for Attach 2028. We got to send him to his team right now as we get ready for the next match. Thank you, Attach.
Thank you.
What a political answer.
I mean, that fence is just, that's a great fence.
Phenomenal job. All right, let's take a look at the battle coming up because it is the #1 seed Toronto versus the number side Minnesota. In Toronto, they look nearly flawless in Boston. They took down everybody. Their toughest competition is arguably Atlanta FaZe, and even that series wasn't close with a 4-1.
Yeah, I mean, this is a banger match. I mean, two of the respawns in that series were extremely close. And when we get to the maps and modes, I'd like to get into it a little bit because with Toronto, you know, people are calling them like a dominant search team. We don't know that just yet because, you know, they do have a good win-loss record in that game mode, but they're 8-1 across two maps combined. Skid Row is now out of the rotation. And in this match in particular, like Minnesota are cool with squaring up on Karachi, S&D, the two good teams there. And then when it comes to the invasion, Toronto's 1-1. So their win condition in this series is winning both those S&Ds, and then also I'd like to say in Karachi Control, these are the two best Karachi Control teams as well. So they have a ton of opportunity here.
Ali, I want you to have a lot of time to speak here, so I'm just going to make this fast and furious. In our Scuff Pick'em, I'm going to lock in the #1 seed, 11-1. How can you root against that Toronto Ultra?
No, I mean, there's not a lot for me to say on this matchup. Obviously, I think Minnesota did what they needed to do on LAN. Unfortunately, online, though, they haven't proved themselves to me just yet, and the stats just lean a little too heavily towards the #1 seed.